Since the beginning of recorded history, Antarctica has been a subject of fascination for humans. We have been and continue to be enthralled by the wondrous things that may be found with the ice plains of Antarctica. This fascination dates back to the historic first explorers of the 1800s and extends to the courageous scientists of today. Antarctica is cloaked in mystery because it is the world's last remaining wilderness that has not been explored. And because it is a country of extremes, it is also very good at maintaining its secrets. Antarctica is unsuitable to people due to its harsh weather, which is characterized by sub-zero temperatures and desolate terrain. The icy continent is approximately 1.5 times the size of the United States, and 99% of it is covered in ice. As a result, it accounts for 90% of all of the ice on the planet. In spite of this, scientists have continued their work uncovering crimson waterfalls, ancient fossils, unique natural phenomena, and extraordinary species. They have even been able to find a world hidden beneath the ice, complete with salty subsurface lakes and a massive mountain range buried beneath the surface. But just recently, researchers from Russia came across something that is quite strange. What exactly is this discovery, and what does it imply for people who believe in extraterrestrial beings? Join us today as we explore the most recent discovery made by Russian scientists in Antarctica. Recently, first-ranked Captain Vladimir Prihodko, the chairman of the Russian Public Research Organization for Underwater Studies, has publicly spoken about how Russia, the United States, and China are spending billions of dollars in space when perhaps they should be spending the money deep in the sea. China is particularly interested in exploring the ocean floor. He claims that enormous alien machines are concealed beneath the shimmering ice caps that cover the poles. And he is not the only one. Since World War II, whistleblowers from governmental bodies all over the world have been blowing the lid on the fact that alien craft are being tracked traveling from the top of the planet to the bottom within our oceans and above. During the naval operation known as Deep Freeze, men who were aboard a Russian icebreaker would later testify that they saw a ship break through the ice that was 10 feet thick, hurling enormous chunks in all directions. A vessel made of silver that was later seen launching itself into the atmosphere. Dr. Rubens Zhvelela, a well-known explorer of the Arctic, was one of the individuals who claimed to have witnessed the frightening event. As soon as he emerged from the icy waters, he said that steam began to emit from the body of the craft, which is evidence of the enormous amount of power that these mystery USOs, unidentified submerged objects, possess. In 1997, Prihodko reported that the Billings-Gorgon Depression was investigated by the Australian Army at a depth of more than 6 kilometres, where cameras recorded odd oval shapes that radiated a strong internal light. This investigation took place close to the Antarctic region. After analysing the footage, specialists from the Royal Institute of Oceanology came to the conclusion that the structures had been created by an intelligent species. It has been reported that Russian naval vessels frequently track submerged dishes travelling at speeds greater than 150 knots, which is equivalent to 280 miles per hour. Upon being questioned, a former USSR captain named Vladimir Azazar, who was the head of the Navigational Division of the Oceanographic Commission, stated that around half of all UFO sightings are related with the oceans, while the remaining 15% are connected with the lakes. Rather than flying, they have a significant number of close encounters with unknown submerged objects, and these encounters take place on a regular basis. Only a small number of people have ever come forward to reveal any information about the mystery craft that are buried beneath the ice cap or the unexplained events that are causing them. This information is a highly kept secret, however, they all emphasize the same idea, which is that humans are not the only inhabitants of this world. There is evidence that one of the Pacific submarine fleets discovered sonar adjacent to 6 mysterious objects while on combat patrol. Attempts to elude an unwelcome escort were futile. The submarine's commander was forced to give the ascent command, which was a flagrant violation of combat patrol guidelines. When the boat surfaced, all 6 UFOs carried radios from the water and vanished. Rear Admiral Yuri Beketov, a former nuclear submarine commander, served in the Bermuda Triangle on multiple occasions and reported odd phenomena to Admiral Smirnov. He claims now that on one occasion, a nuclear submarine on a combat mission in the Pacific Ocean discovered 6 unusual objects. The captain ordered the crew to surface when they failed to leave their pursuers behind by manoeuvring. The objects quickly followed suit, taking to the air and flying away. According to retired submarine commander Rear Admiral Yuri Beketov, several unexplained events occurred in the Bermuda Triangle region. Instruments failed for no obvious cause or detected significant influence. According to the former Navy officer, this could be deliberate interference by UFOs. On several occasions, the instruments gave readings of material objects moving at incredible speed. Calculations showed speeds of about 230 knots or 400 kilometers per hour. Speeding so fast is a challenge even on the surface, but water resistance is much higher. It was like the objects defied the laws of physics. There's only one explanation. The creatures who built them far surpass us in development, Beketov explained. Another location where people frequently describe UFO encounters is Russia's Lake Baikal, the world's deepest freshwater body. Objects are said to have been seen soaring out of the water and bright lights emanating from the depths, according to fishermen. In one instance, which took place in 1982, a group of military divers who were receiving training in Baikal came across a group of humanoid monsters clad in metallic costumes. The meeting took place 50 meters below the surface, and the divers attempted to apprehend the unknown individuals. 3 of the 7 men were killed, while 4 others were seriously injured. I think about underwater bases and say, why not? Nothing should be discarded, says Vladimir Azazar. Skepticism is the easiest way. Believe nothing, do nothing. People rarely visit great depths, so it's very important to analyze what they encounter there. After considering all of these factors, one arrives at the conclusion that the depths of the ocean are just as enigmatic as the universe itself. Only mankind seems to have significant motivation in progressing upward rather than going backwards. Maybe it's a big mistake. Moving on to other mysteries. There are many mysterious ruins that are slowly revealing their secrets to us, but the most intriguing of the historical subcategories has to be the UPARTs, out-of-place artifacts, that have been discovered all over the world. These mystifying items are the only subject within the field that can shed their own very unique lights upon the distant past and sometimes hard to believe possibilities attached to their ages. A number of these objects can be found on the Greek island of Samos. This small island, 1.5 kilometers off the coast of Turkey, has a rich history. A vast selection of highly interesting antiquities can be seen in the island's capital museum. The most intriguing piece in the collection is probably a bizarre bronze item that, according to academia, only portrays a strange sort of unknown carriage that was formerly drawn by horses. Some claim that the weird animals are representing a type of periscope and that the entire artifact is that of an antique submarine. There are numerous fascinating out-of-place relics found all around the world. Each one was just waiting to pique our interest. If one were to highlight the tremendous feats of architecture that were accomplished by our now extinct ancient predecessors, in particular massive walls, some people might incline towards the astonishing sheer vastness of the megalithic stones that are contained within the wall of the Great Wall of China. The construction of the Great Wall of China on such a massive scale that it is visible from space was unquestionably a mammoth undertaking in every sense of the word. Yet what many more people are unaware of is an ancient kingdom that was once located in the southwestern part of Nigeria, known as the Walls of Benin. These walls are so large that they dwarf the Great Wall of China. In Edo, there is a network of defensively constructed earthworks known as Iya, which consist of 9.3 miles of intercity walls and an estimated 9,900 miles of outer wall. According to the Guinness Book of Records, the walls surrounding Benin City were the world's largest earthwork carried out prior to the mechanical era. Since approximately the year 1500, foreigners have been aware of the walls that surround Benin City. During his travels, the Portuguese explorer Duarte Pacheco Pereira provided a condensed description of the walls. Dirk Reuters, a Dutch explorer, provided yet another description of the walls around the year 1600. Ruta's account of the walls reads as follows. At the gate where I entered on horseback, I saw a very high bulwark, very thick of earth, with a very deep, broad ditch, but it was dry and full of high trees. That gate is a reasonably good gate, made of wood in their manner, which is to be shut, and there, always there, is watch holden. Who constructed these walls? And more importantly, how did they manage to pull off such an incredible feat? According to the traditional reports, assuming a 10-hour workday with a labour force of approximately 5,000 men, it could have been completed in just 97 days. However, over the course of the years, these estimations have been challenged in a variety of different ways. Specifically, there was a failure to take into consideration the amount of time that would have been necessary to remove soil from ever-increasingly large holes. Nevertheless, regardless of the divergent opinions regarding the difficulty of the construction of these walls, as well as their age or place of origin, we believe them to be very intriguing. What are your thoughts on these mysteries? Tell us in the comments down below.